KOFO, your sports source for East Central Kansas and radio home of Ottawa University Braves Athletics, welcomes you to this edition of Hoop Talk, our weekly chat with OU Braves head basketball coaches Tarnisha Scott and Aaron Siebenthal. You can join us live for Hoop Talk right now at Primetime Grill at Fusion Alley in South Ottawa. Hoop Talk is brought to you by Primetime Grill, Ottawa University, and KOFO. Now, here's your host for Hoop Talk, KOFO's Luke Queen.
And good evening and welcome to another edition of Ottawa University Braves Hoop Talk. Luke Queen with you here at the Primetime Grill at Fusion Alley for our last installment of the 2021-2022 Hoop Talk season. And going to be a fun night with me out here at the Primetime Grill. I've got a couple players coming in from both the men's and women's team, along with the play-by-play and color analysts for the Braves basketball team on, the home games and on the live streams. Casey Weeder and Bruce Tate are going to join us for a little bit as well. But we're going to start things out. Got a couple guys from the men's basketball team, a couple juniors, Ian Moore and Tristan Holt, joining me here tonight. Guys, appreciate you coming out and joining me.
Yes, Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. It's going to be, as I said to you guys when you got here, this will be fun because it's going to be guys that I'm going to get to see play again next year. We've had the seniors on last few weeks here and been able to talk to the guys that have been around and on their way out the door, but still got business to take care of for sure. But it'll be nice to have get some guys here that maybe I'll get to talk to again next year. Yeah. We'll see how it goes. At least I know I'm going to get to watch you play basketball some more. So
absolutely,
that's going to be good. So guys, we'll just start out a little bit here with kind of recapping everything. Tough game over the weekend. Went down to Oklahoma Wesleyan, who I could tell from early on, Oklahoma Wesleyan, they had some to go for. They were trying to get that kind of number one overall seed wrapped up, taken care of. You guys are coming in 10-game winning streak. And, they're a heck of a basketball team. That's why they're ranked in the top 10 all year long. So tough loss there, but still 10-1 in the last 11 ball games here. Kind of coming back, talk to Coach Siebenthal and as we talk to seniors that have been on with me here recently. As you guys turn that kind of that second half of the KCAC season, everybody's always said, hey, it's fresh 12. We're going out there to see how many of these we can win. You were 6-6 the first time through. You long surpassed that win total, and this second time through in another ball game this weekend with Southwestern. Was that just the mindset that the team had, that the coaches gave you, that was, hey, let's go win as many as we can, and you guys just were able to rip 10 of them off in a row? Or was there anything different? Tristan, this is your first year here, so was it, kind of getting that feel that first semester through at the KCAC and maybe getting a little bit more comfortable?
Yeah, as expected, we had a few. Everyone, you hit a bump in the road. You gotta learn how to deal with adversity, and our adversity hit us. Fortunately, if it had to hit, it hit in the first semester or the first half of conference. So we've been able to learn from our mistakes, and I feel like we rebounded pretty well. Obviously we had the unfortunate loss this weekend, but yeah, coach has been preaching that 12-game season, the second half, and we've just really been trying to take advantage and capitalize on our opportunities.
Absolutely, and you've done really well. And again, a tough place to go when you go down to Bartlesville and take on such a a top 10 team. Ian, it's your second year here, but still getting to kind of claim that junior stuff. Yeah, so, glad to do that because, as I was telling the guys, the last couple of weeks, it's been fun getting to watch an extra year of basketball with them.
Glad I got it.
And, take advantage of it and, get a little bit, more school, I guess, if that's the fun part. Yeah. But, you get to play basketball at the same time. And, your second time around, you had been down to Bartlesville before this
Not
last Saturday.
Yeah.
Can you give us a little bit, Ian Moore, what you went down there kind of, other than, going with the game plan and what you were going to do, what is it about Oklahoma Wesleyan that kind of makes it such a first of all, a tough place to go? Is it the team or is it the trip? What is it about?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's a little bit of everything because, like, the atmosphere there is kind of crazy. And then I mean, some people say eight men against 5, but I don't know. I think just like for us, we were on that 10-game win streak, and we were thinking one game, next game, like that's what matters the most. It doesn't matter if it's Oklahoma Wesleyan; it matters because it's the next game. So like that was just our mindset going in. I mean, it was really just it was really disappointing to us because we did not give them our best shot, so it kind of sucked for us. But I mean, we were going in there like just like it was our next game and wanted to go in there and get 11, but it couldn't happen, unfortunately.
Well, and 11-game winning streaks don't happen a lot at this level. I mean, I do, try to keep up with what everybody's doing throughout the conference, and I
think Bethel was the only
Bethel
one.
with 14
or 13, something like that. And we broke it.
And you broke the streak when you got, and not only did you guys break that streak, but you went to their place and did it, which was a lot of fun. Tristan, you spoke on, you guys kind of hit that a bump in the road or had a little bit of a rough spot, first semester or right there, at that point, what was it that kind of being able to go down to Bethel, the team that won conference last year has the probably the KCAC Player of the Year, first team All-American on their team, and be able to go into their place, and they don't just have Jalen Scott, they've got a good basketball team. Sure. And, it beat you at your place. Was there a little revenge, or was it just about keeping that momentum rolling when you guys went down there?
Well, I'd be lying to you if I told you that one wasn't personal. Especially for me, the last time I got to see those guys, I got in some foul trouble early. Didn't really get to impact the game the way I wanted to in the second half. There was some choice words said to me that I didn't forget about. So we definitely went down there on a mission. And not to say that we don't go that way every single time, but yeah, that one was personal. And hey, we were glad to get that one done, and we wouldn't mind seeing those guys again either.
Absolutely. I think anybody that's played competitively, you always have a little something, especially the second time through when you see somebody. That might
wish we would have went that way with Oklahoma Wesleyan.
Yeah,
sure.
Absolutely. But they came. Saturday they came out and they hit some tough shots early, and they forced some tough shots that you didn't go in on our end. And found got down early, fought back, and then they just kind of started hitting again and made the plays. But that's the type of stuff that happens. But so. You've gone 10-1. You've got Southwestern coming up this weekend. This time down at their place. You've been there before again. Tristan, first time down at, I believe Casey might be able to help us out. Might be one of the oldest gyms in college basketball that's still being used. That place has been there for oldest gym west of the Mississippi. It's a unique place. It is very cool. Down in Winfield at Southwestern, it's going to be, and it's always a fun time down there. I think Casey enjoys calling the victories when they come down there.
Oh yeah,
and
sure he does.
Last one was at Darrell Bowie. Yep, and I was going to say Darrell Bowie with the last second coast to coast on the inbounds, just took it down for the layup to get the win. So always fun to do down there. And since you've been there before, I'll kind of direct it to you first. Yeah. What do you kind of think, I can't remember the game last year down there when it was, if, with all the COVID restrictions and things that have been going on, it's a tiny venue that puts a lot of people in it, and it can be pretty raucous down there.
I mean, last year it was tough because they couldn't really get that many people in there. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, it was for sure, it was still a place to play. I mean, it was a really good game. They came out and hit us pretty hard in the mouth and kind of, we had to regroup and try to come back a little bit, and we ended up, I think, losing that game. But
yeah, and the loss last year. But again, this is Southwestern's another one of those teams that just consistently sits at the top end of the KCAC, and that it's been that way. I'll date myself a little bit here. It's been that way since I was at Ottawa University, and that was well over a decade ago. So.
I mean, they're receiving votes too and everything. So
and to be honest, with the way they were playing there for a little while, I was surprised they kept being receiving votes and they didn't crack into that top 25. Sure. Then again, I kind of look at it the same way with the fact when you guys were on a 10-game winning streak, waiting for that to to kind of at least
Just
give
to
me
receive votes.
get that RV next to next to Ottawa University too. But hey, there's still a couple weeks left to go, or I guess this is the last week of the regular season, and then we get into the KCAC tournament. This year expanding out, so everybody's getting in this year. Kind of not over to, I guess I'm going to actually have to both of you give me an answer for this one here, because, if you're the 4 seed, and obviously right now I believe needs some help. There's a game going on with Bethel that we kind of need to see what happens with them. But if you can get the win against Southwestern and help with maybe a Bethel loss, can jump into that 3, that give you an actual extra round off, you get to take off. But if I guess Bethel does what they need to do and win, you stay in the 4 slot, and so you'd have to actually turn around with a game on Saturday and then play again next Tuesday. It does get you maybe an extra game in Wilson Fieldhouse, but it's a little bit more daunting, 4 games in less than 7 days there in the KCAC tournament. What's the mindset there? Is it basically we're looking to Southwestern, we'll figure it out after? Or
we've been talking about it. We've been talking about it a little bit because we were like, well, what would we kind of like? And some people are saying, well, it'd be kind of nice to get a bye, but then some people are like, well, that'd be almost a whole week off. It'd be kind of nice to be able to play and just keep playing in Wilson Fieldhouse and stuff like that, get our momentum, keep our momentum going. But that's what I really think. I wouldn't mind either way, for sure. I would like to be able to play in Wilson Fieldhouse more. So,
Tristan,
I've got unfinished business with Southwestern, so I'm not gonna look past them.
I still want to win.
Right, no, I understand. I don't care. I love playing in Wilson. I would like to play as many games in Wilson as possible, but I want to beat Southwestern on Saturday. So that's where my head's at.
That's where I like it. He's focused in right on Saturday, and I can get a little bit of what you're saying there, Ian. A bye would be nice, but it's basically a week off, and that's what you've had this week.
And we'll see how it goes for us. When we play Southwestern.
I remember talking to Coach Steve, at the beginning of January, and he's just like, this bye right at the end, it isn't as much. You kind of would like to have it maybe a little bit earlier and get momentum and keep going with it. But you never want. No, I know you guys don't want to take a loss and then have to dwell on it, but it's more like, hey, wouldn't you rather get back out there and get after it again? But hey, it's been you're still 10-1 over the last 11. You got one looking down at you right now to go out and win, and it should be a fun one, because it always is. I'm looking forward to listening to Casey's call on Saturday for that one. He always does a great job. But is there before we end things here, I just kind of wanted to reach out, a little bit. Ian Moore Jr., 6'2", H guard from Lamar, Missouri. But tell us a little bit more about Ian as far as major and what Ian Moore's doing if he's not in the gym and hooping it for the Braves.
Okay, well, my major is marketing, sales a little bit, I guess. That's what I've really been thinking about. My whole family's actually been in the medical field, so I decided that, I don't want to do that. I probably would have been pretty good at it, but I would like to go make money somewhere else. But that's about it. My life is pretty much basketball. That's what I wanted to do. That's why I came to college, pretty much. I love to play the game of basketball. That's about it.
All right, Tristan, a junior from Kansas City, Kansas, and a transfer in from Central Missouri. You were a Mule before coming to become a Brave.
I was.
And played in the MIAA, which is the conference of the greatest nicknames in college. But here at Ottawa University, what is it else that Tristan Holt, besides just hooping and going to school at OU, that Tristan Holt does and enjoys?
Well, pretty simple, man. Not gonna lie. I like my alone time. I like my space. I'm a sports studies major, looking to get into the sports psychology field when it's all said and done. I've got some pretty good connections there. Hopefully, I'll be able to take advantage of those. Been trying to do some networking as well. So, yeah, man. I love to watch movies, TV shows. I'm a big media type guy. Music, love music. video games, whatever. Pretty much anything you can do by yourself is probably something I do. I do enjoy my alone time. I also do love my family time, but yeah, when I'm not in the gym, I'm usually out the way, keeping to myself and just focusing on whatever's next.
All right. Well, guys, we really, good luck this weekend, obviously. And then this is our last time we're going to have the show on this year. Good luck in the KCAC tournament. Go out, keep winning, get back on that streak and see what kind of fun we can have for the next few weeks for sure. But, guys, I really appreciate you coming out, taking the time.
You having us.
And enjoyed having you and look forward to watching you play ball. Not just these next 2 weeks, but again in the future too.
Right. Absolutely, and thank you guys all for the support that we've been getting. We really appreciate it.
Yes. Hopefully see you next year as well.
All right. Well, we're going to take our first time out. When we come back, we'll chat a little bit with the play-by-play and color analyst for the Braves with Casey Weeder and Bruce Tate. We're going to be back after this quick timeout. You're listening to Ottawa University Braves Hoop Talk on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
It's the perfect combination of food, fun, and football. The Kent Kessinger Show, Tuesday nights at Primetime Grill. And that combination just got even better, because now you can enjoy the show while you enjoy a blast from the past. Poncho's Super Cheese or Super Chili and Cheese Burrito. That's right, Poncho's Super Cheese or Super Chili and Cheese Burritos are back, and they're only at Primetime Grill on Tuesdays. Enjoy all of your other menu favorites, the full-service bar, and more at Primetime Grill, 2204 South Princeton Circle Drive. For game time and Poncho's Burritos, it's prime time.
My name is Darby Whitell. I'm from Ottawa, Kansas. I'm studying biology and I'm a freshman at Ottawa University. I didn't expect how involved I would feel coming here. It's almost kind of like its own community. I'm very close with my family, like my parents, my brothers, my grandparents, they're all my big support systems and they can come see my sporting events. Coming here was one of the best decisions I could have made.
The right decision for you is Ottawa University. Find out more by visiting ottawa.edu.
The new theater and restaurant presents a feast for the eyes and the ears when you join the KOFO Travel Club to see Morgan Fairchild in Don't Dress for Dinner. When Bernard plans the perfect romantic weekend on Martha's Vineyard with his sweetheart, things don't go quite as planned. For one thing, his wife won't leave the house. It's an afternoon of secrets, alibis, and hilarious confusion that you won't want to miss. Nominated for 2 Tony Awards, this fast-paced comedy was an international sensation even before it came to Broadway in 2012. Leave from the parking lot south of the Bottle House at 10:30 April 6th. Enjoy the show and be home by 4:30 that afternoon. Tickets are on sale now for just $74. So round up your friends and make your reservations by Friday, March 4th for an unforgettable trip to the new theater and restaurant. You'll have more fun when you join the club, the KOFO Travel Club.
Want better skin from your body wash? Try Olay Body Wash infused with skincare super ingredient collagen. Olay Body Wash with collagen hydrates to renew skin surface cells, improving skin 3 times better versus the leading body wash, to transform skin from dry and dull to firm and radiant, so I can step into my day feeling fearless in my skin. And now try new Olay Body Lotion, which hydrates for healthier looking skin that improves over time. Olay Body.
You can unlock more cash than you realize from your home's equity with a cash-out refinance today. In the last year, average home values have gone up nearly 20%. And with Rocket Mortgage, you can unlock thousands in less than 3 weeks. But you've got to act right now before rates go up. So when you're looking to unlock the cash in your home, Rocket can. Call 8338-ROCKET today or go to rocketmortgage.com to get started.
Rocket. Rates current as of 12/12/21. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender license in all 50 states. NMLSconsumeraccess.org. Number 3030. Call 800-490-1233 for disclosures and cost information.
Living in rural America, we know the value of agriculture and what it means to our families, our communities, our economy, to our country. It starts at home and it starts in school. Each year, FFA students in our area high schools are involved in activities that play a key role in the agricultural health and well-being for everyone, now and in the future. Coming to KOFO starting February 19th, you'll hear from those FFA students during National FFA Week and more about just what it means to them on 1220 and 103.7 FM, KOFO.
Closings and cancellations are sponsored by CarStar. If severe weather wreaks havoc on your vehicle, call CarStar at 242-8916. CarStar, relax, they'll take it from here. These schools are closed on Thursday, 287 West Franklin, 288 Central Heights, 289 Wellsville, 290 Ottawa, the Ottawa University main campus in Ottawa, 348 Baldwin, 491 Eudora, 365 Anderson County. All the information on our KOFO Facebook page, Twitter feed, and KOFO.com.
And welcome back here to Ottawa University Braves Hoop Talk here on 1220 103.7 FM. Luke Quinn, a little change here as we're going to welcome in now in our second segment a couple of the ladies from the Ottawa University Braves women's basketball team. And a couple of young ladies on the team. There's quite a bit of the team is freshman Kennedy Bankin, Maya Marlon. Did I pronounce it correctly?
Marlon.
Okay. Good. I was worried about that, but ladies, how are you this evening?
I'm good.
Good. All right. Coach Scott put you through a tough practice today with this long week off.
Yes.
All right.
All week long.
All week long. Well, kind of the downfall of having a late season bye, I guess you could say, is to Coach can get after it again, because if you were playing a bunch of games, I know. We had a couple weeks where it seemed like you played 4 games in 6 days or something like that. Couldn't practice too hard that week, right?
Yeah.
She's still going to get on you, though. So I know I've talked to Coach Scott enough. I know that she gets after it in there, and it's fun. But I appreciate you ladies coming out tonight, talk a little bit about, recent games and then what we've got coming up here. Going the road last week, tough loss down at Oklahoma Wesleyan. Second time through the conference schedule, and in a strange thing, you did not get to see Oklahoma Wesleyan the first time through. What did you see out of Oklahoma Wesleyan that kind of maybe surprised you a little bit, or something you maybe didn't see on film? Because I'm sure you watched them as you kind of follow them all year long. What was it that they kind of did to kind of get themselves going this weekend?
I think they had really good ball movement, and they did have a lot of good defensive pressure. And when we would try to drive, there'd be a lot of help. So I think they played good together as a team, and we weren't ready for that sometimes.
All right. Well, they're a team that is quick, and they definitely did move the ball well. I noticed that. I was watching it along, and did that they did very well, and they started knocking down shots, which, as anybody that watches the game knows, if teams knocking down shots, it's tough to beat. But prior to that, gone on the road up at actually had a home game, but had gone to York, so kind of it's been a little back and forth. But as freshmen, big changes between the high school game and the college game. Kind of what been the kind of biggest adjustment that you've had to make between the high school game and the college game?
I think discipline, definitely. The game's a lot quicker, and obviously shot clock and stuff like that. If you don't play summer ball and stuff, you're not really used to that. But I think being disciplined on your own and stuff, there's only so much time that you can be with your team and stuff before you have a next game. You just need to get in the gym and get shots up and stuff like that on your own.
Kind of the same. A lot of every one of you that I've had, a couple of freshmen on this year, and that's kind of been the biggest thing to them as well, is kind of how quick the game is, and then especially when you add the shot clock in. Coach Scott was saying the same thing last week. Need to get it in the high school so more players are ready. But they've got a game this weekend against Southwestern, and Mountain Builders have struggled this year, to say the least. Haven't won a ball game. You guys took care of business when they came up here in January. What's the mindset going down to Winfield this weekend, knowing that no matter the result, you're still into the tournament, but still wanting to go down and play the best ball game down there? Is there any change in the way things are going, or is it just kind of we're going down to take care of business and then get ready for the next?
Yeah, I feel like it's more go down, take care of business, play with intensity, and just play the same game no matter who we play, and just be ready for the next game.
I think we definitely need the momentum to go into the tournament. A win on the road would really help.
Absolutely, and with the expanded field with the tournament this year, playing everybody getting in, but then again, I think in a little bit of a hardship for the ladies in this situation is you play on Saturday, and then those first round games start on Monday. So find out who you play after your game on Saturday evening, and then have to get ready for them going into Monday. You've had short turnarounds a couple other times on the year. Is there anything you do differently as far as like preparation? After the game, you only have one day in between them. Is it more of a rest and recover and walk through, or is it going through your stuff? How does coach usually handle that?
I think it's a little bit of half and half. Like we do the walkthrough, go over plays and stuff, and then we do a little bit of running, but nothing too heavy before the game.
Definitely watch film and watch what we did wrong in the games prior, because we've already played these teams twice now. So our third game we should win. So.
Absolutely, and you won't know who that opponent is. At least by my math, looking at the standings, I couldn't. It's obviously resulting on how things go on Saturday as to who you will be playing, and most everybody else is playing this week with one or two games before Saturday. Since you guys have the bye this last week, we were talking to the guys before, about the same thing about having this long week off. But you do get that opportunity for a little bit of that taste into the conference tournament, which is good, especially as freshmen. But I kind of wanted to take a second to kind of get to know each of you a little bit more individually, because definitely. Katie coming in from Maryland to come to Kansas here, getting recruited. And I've talked to Coach about this a lot, and in a kind of a strange time for recruitment, as she started this thing all basically online, trying to recruit everybody. And now you're coming in as a freshman, getting a lot of playing time. What's the, what kind of brought you to Ottawa University?
Well, the school-wise, I like the inclusion, and I really like the campus. And when I would talk to, Coach Scott and Coach Grant, I really liked, just their personality and how their style of ball and how they play. So it just seemed like the right fit for me.
Right there, that's good. And what brought you down from, you're from just north, I guess. Let's see, Wetmore be Jackson
I'm just
Heights?
an hour away.
Okay. Like Jackson County or Jackson Heights High School. So, what was it about Ottawa University besides basketball that might have, piqued your interest to come down here?
I liked it. I like the small town, because I'm from a small town, so I kind of like that vibe. And it had my major and stuff. My education is important to me, so it had that too. I really liked Coach Scott and Coach Grant when I first came here. They were my favorite coaches. I really liked them. So.
And what is your major here at Ottawa University?
It's business.
Business major, yeah. And I noticed grades are pretty important to you as well, because as a honor student coming out of high school as well, coming here. So business major. And what is your major, if you've decided yet as a freshman? I know I've been really impressed. I had no idea as a freshman in college what I wanted to do. So
exercise science.
Exercise science. Yeah. See, and I'm a physical therapist, so I understand that better than maybe I do the business side. But it's that's good. So that's what you guys came down here for. So you've got 2 games left. What is it, kind of the mindset going into Saturday or into next week? Is it, we're taking it one at a time, or, are you looking ahead at all?
I think we should definitely take it one at a time and just kind of be patient. We definitely need to prove ourselves more. I don't think we've done that yet this season, so I think it's really important that since we do, we're blessed with the opportunity to be able to even be in the tournament, so I think we need to make what we can of it and do it for our seniors and finish out the season on a good note.
Yeah, I agree with everything she said.
He's right there. I like it. Well, and as freshmen, we talked a lot last week with the as senior night took place here just last Wednesday, and you've got the 3 seniors that are on their way out. how have they helped you? You know, and you can talk even about the juniors and the players that have been around for just in their second year or something. You know, as the progression to coming into college basketball and getting you ready. What have they meant to you guys as freshmen this year? Those three seniors. What they've done for this program and to help push it forward, which you guys are going to hopefully be a big part of over the next few years.
I think that they like individually, they each have like a lot of good things about them. Like Liz, she's a great leader. Obviously, she knows a lot about Ottawa, and she's been here for 4 years. So like that's definitely somebody that I've looked up to, and like playing the same position as her, there's like definitely part of the game like where I can learn from her, and her being disciplined in practice, like everybody else is disciplined. And like Amir is just a hustler. Like no matter what, like she'll always hustle. She's strong. Like she knows, and she's very confident. Like as a player, like as a freshman, like coming in, I wasn't very confident, and I think she teaches me how to be more confident. And Julisse is just like fun overall. Like she makes the game fun. She's competitive, and she loves the game. So,
Kenny, to you, what kind of, you know, probably echoing a little bit of my, you know, description of the seniors there, but anything else different maybe that have helped you along in this year?
I think they helped us kind of, well, for me especially, adapt to like college, you know, having good time management. They helped me with that. And I just really think that they, you know, want to see us get better. So they help us compete a lot of the time in practice and in games too.
All right. Well, before we wrap up this segment here, the last thing I wanted to ask is, you know, kind of you know, other than school and basketball, you're away from that. What is it that you enjoy to do, whether it be going back to Wetmore to spend time with the family, or is there something that you do other than just play basketball at OU and go to school?
I like to go shopping. I go to Kansas City and Lawrence a lot. Like I love to shop. I'm girly, so I like that kind of stuff. That's really all I do in my free time.
All right, Kennedy, what is it that you do in your free time when you're not in the gym and or in class?
You know, I really like to watch TV, just go to sleep, just relax. I just like relaxing.
Just completely chill.
Yeah.
That's kind of it had a lot the same as what the guys were saying is, you know, Tristan liked to be on his own and stay away from everything. Ian a little bit more needing something to do. So, you know, that's good that you find that. Well, ladies, I appreciate you coming out and taking the time to be on with me tonight. Just have fun. Good luck this weekend. Good luck next week. You know, and I hope you guys get to play for a while next week because, you know, I'd like to continue watching you play. I know Casey loves to travel and keep going to games, so keep him busy with that. But thanks again for joining me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We're going to take one more time out. When we come back, we'll have more here from Ottawa University Braves Hoop Talk at the Primetime Grill. You're listening to OU Braves Hoop Talk on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches, weakness, or discomfort in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 selling nerve care company. Nervive contains alpha-lipoic acid to relieve nerve aches, weakness, and discomfort, and B-complex vitamins to support healthy nerve function as you age. Live your life with less nerve discomfort with Nervive Nerve Relief. Learn more at nervivehealth.com.
My name is Jose Trejo. I'm a junior here at Ottawa University, and I'm currently studying exercise science. One of my favorite things about OU is that it's a small community, and coming from Western Kansas, where all there is small country towns, I felt right at home as everyone kind of just felt like family. It's a great community. It has a lot of support behind it, and most of the professors here are extremely well about getting you to understand the knowledge that they want you to understand.
Education for a lifetime at Ottawa University. To find out more, visit online at ottawa.edu.
Tired of the same boring burgers from yet another national chain? Break that chain with a visit to Ottawa's locally owned and operated Primetime Grill. What have they got? How about 8 kinds of salad for lunches that are light on calories and loaded with flavor? Maybe you'd like a big, crispy platter of fish and chips. Hot wings? Pork loin. Of course, if you still want that burger, you can choose from 7 mouth-watering options. Primetime Grill. What are you in the mood for? The new theater and restaurant presents a feast for the eyes and the ears when you join the KOFO Travel Club to see Morgan Fairchild in Don't Dress for Dinner. When Bernard plans the perfect romantic weekend on Martha's Vineyard with his sweetheart, things don't go quite as planned. For one thing, his wife won't leave the house. It's an afternoon of secrets, alibis, and hilarious confusion that you won't want to miss. Nominated for 2 Tony Awards, this fast-paced comedy was an international sensation even before it came to Broadway in 2012. Leave from the parking lot south of the Bottle House at 10:30 April 6th. Enjoy the show and be home by 4:30 that afternoon. Tickets are on sale now for just $74. So round up your friends and make your reservations by Friday, March 4th for an unforgettable trip to the new theater and restaurant. You'll have more fun when you join the club, the KOFO Travel Club.
Want better skin from your body wash? Try Olay Body Wash infused with skincare super ingredient collagen. Olay Body Wash with collagen hydrates to renew skin surface cells, improving skin 3 times better versus the leading body wash, to transform skin from dry and dull to firm and radiant, so I can step into my day feeling fearless in my skin. And now try new Olay Body Lotion, which hydrates for healthier looking skin that improves over time. Olay Body.
Living in rural America, we know the value of agriculture and what it means to our families, our communities, our economy, to our country. It starts at home and it starts in school. Each year, FFA students in our area high schools are involved in activities that play a key role in the agricultural health and well-being for everyone, now and in the future. Coming to KOFO starting February 19th, you'll hear from those FFA students during National FFA Week and more about just what it means to them on 1220 and 103.7 FM, KOFO.
Closings and cancellations are brought to you by CarStar. If severe weather wreaks havoc on your vehicle, call CarStar at 242-8916. CarStar, relax, they'll take it from here. These schools are closed on Thursday. USD 287 West Franklin, 288 Central Heights, 289 Wellsville, 290 Ottawa, Ottawa University's main campus, and in Miami County, 367 Osawatomie and 368 Paola. Up-to-date information is available also on the KOFO Facebook page, Twitter feed, and at KOFO.com.
And back here at Prime Time Grill with Ottawa University Braves Hoop Talk. Luke Queen with you. And now joining me here in our third segment, I've got the voices of Ottawa University Braves Hoops on KOFO and also on the live stream, Casey Weeder and Bruce Tate. And guys, I appreciate you coming out. We're kind of finishing our year up here with Hoop Talk, and you know, the coaches are out there recruiting. You know, a big, you know, they got a bye week, so they're out recruiting. You know, maybe some Jayhawk Conference games. I didn't ask them exactly where they were going, but I know that the Jayhawk Conference is playing tonight. And I kind of thought it would be fun to have you guys out here. You guys see these games. You're right down there, sometimes a little bit closer to the coaches than you maybe want to be, because they like to come over and steal your spot at the on the table.
Right.
You try not to drink their water that they set down in front of you. But, you know, it's been a fun season, maybe an up and down season to start things out. You know, what have you guys noticed maybe a little bit different in, you know, we'll start with the Mids team in the second half of the season? We had this 10-game winning streak just got snapped over the weekend, but, you know, you were there for those games that, in the first half of the season as well. What have you noticed maybe a little bit different between the guys in the first half and the second half of the season?
No, I'll go first. The biggest thing is finding an identity. The guy you had on tonight, Tristan Hull, has been tremendous. He's found his role in this team. I liked hearing him talk about the Bethel game, how he took that personal. Just going into that, they had a different mindset going into that game. I think they learned a lot from those losses during Christmas. I mean, you look at where Concordia and Briarcliff are right now. Briarcliff just clinched at least a share of the title, and Concordia is going to finish second. It looks like in the GPAC, and so 2 really good teams during Christmas break. It also gave Ottawa a little bit of a buffer playing without Perry Carroll, who hasn't been with the team since December. But everyone has contributed. You look at some of those wins, it's not just one guy going for 30. Of course, Joe did have a night or two where he went off. But everyone has kind of had a game where they've scored 19 to 25, 26 points and has been able to contribute, which makes it really hard to scout when you know that there's not someone out there that's going to drop 30 to 35, and you can kind of keep everyone else around 8 to 10.
Yeah, and I'll echo what Casey says, and one of the things they learned from the L's, so they got lessons from those losses. They really developed. They really found themselves. It was totally two different teams, during that losing streak and then that winning streak. And guys, it was kind of a next man up mentality because they were replacing a really, really good point guard. But I think that entire roster that was playing grew in different roles. And the scoring, that's Coach Steve's system is to even things out. But, that point guard position, Jackson Mallory has been the backbone of that team just in terms of toughness and his leadership and unselfishness. But who is going to be that other guy? Ian Moore made an adjustment to play some point guard position. And that was a big move for him because that changed his game. And now he's an inside-outside threat. And then Casey talked about Tristan and what he was able to do in terms of being a first-year player in the program, and that's huge. But, think of the unselfishness about Jaquan Daniels. Think of the emergence of Dre, and then Joe Johnson just doing what he does. So all those guys have played a different role, and it's been fun to see them grow, not only during that losing streak, but also during that winning streak.
It's been a lot of fun, since we kind of flipped that calendar and have gone into the second half of this KCAC season. They lost, 6 games the first time through, 4 of those in a row, and it was by a grand total of 12 points. Avenged all 4 of those, unfortunately unable to defend, avenged the one against Oklahoma Wesleyan, but talk to the guys about it. There's a reason they're a top 10 program in this country, and it just seems like year in and year out.
Yeah, and Casey was there up front, but as a coach, it's one of those things where you just got outplayed, on the other team's floor, and you just take that L. If they would have walked out of there with the same loss that they had the last year's season, it would probably hurt a little bit more because they were that close of doing something special and continue that streak. But maybe shake it off now. Shake it off now and get a break here this week. And they got a huge one coming up Saturday.
Yeah, and even though that game started out 17-0 in favor of Oklahoma Wesleyan, I think a lot of people might have looked at the final scoreline, but it was a 21-14 game. Ottawa got the stops they needed to get to that point. And hopefully we saw kind of the maturation of Elijah Mason. I was really impressed. Really, no one was getting anything going offensively, but we know how much Oklahoma Wesleyan just dominates on the glass. And at halftime, it was a 19-19 game. Elijah had 8 of those 19 rebounds. And I think as we get into the KCAC tournament, he's going to get more and more minutes. Really like seeing him, playing back in his home state. But as you mentioned, Oakwood was on a mission Saturday, and whoever has to deal with Jaden Litsky going forward, that big man has made a huge stride, and Ottawa will have to defend him a little bit differently if they see him in the semifinals.
All right, well, guys, we're going to take a quick time out. We've got one more break. When we come back, we'll kind of go into what we've seen on the women's side this year and kind of get those final thoughts here as we wrap up things from the Primetime Grill here in South Ottawa with Ottawa University Braves Super Talk on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
My name is Darby Whitell. I'm from Ottawa, Kansas. I'm studying biology and I'm a freshman at Ottawa University. I didn't expect how involved I would feel coming here. It's almost kind of like its own community. I'm very close with my family, like my parents, my brothers, my grandparents, like they're all my big support systems and they can come see my sporting events. Coming here was one of the best decisions I could have made.
The right decision for you is Ottawa University. Find out more by visiting ottawa.edu.
The new theater and restaurant presents a feast for the eyes and the ears when you join the KOFO Travel Club to see Morgan Fairchild in Don't Dress for Dinner. When Bernard plans the perfect romantic weekend on Martha's Vineyard with his sweetheart, things don't go quite as planned. For one thing, his wife won't leave the house. It's an afternoon of secrets, alibis, and hilarious confusion that you won't want to miss. Nominated for 2 Tony Awards, this fast-paced comedy was an international sensation even before it came to Broadway in 2012. Leave from the parking lot south of the Bottle House at 10:30 April 6th. Enjoy the show and be home by 4:30 that afternoon. Tickets are on sale now for just $74. So round up your friends and make your reservations by Friday, March 4th for an unforgettable trip to the new theater and restaurant. You'll have more fun when you join the club, the KOFO Travel Club.
Exergen wants you to know about an important study just released by the FDA. It confirms what the medical community has known all along. Non-contact thermometers are not accurate, and they fail to meet FDA requirements for accuracy in labeling. With new strains of COVID on the rise, we can't afford to tolerate the rampant false temperature readings from non-contact thermometers. You need Exergen thermometers because they are accurate and backed by over 100 clinical studies. Be sure, be accurate with Exergen. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Living in rural America, we know the value of agriculture and what it means to our families, our communities, our economy, to our country. It starts at home and it starts in school. Each year, FFA students in our area high schools are involved in activities that play a key role in the agricultural health and well-being for everyone, now and in the future. Coming to KOFO starting February 19th, you'll hear from those FFA students during National FFA Week and more about just what it means to them on 1220 and 103.7 FM, KOFO.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches, weakness, or discomfort in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 selling nerve care company. Nervive contains alpha-lipoic acid to relieve nerve aches, weakness, and discomfort, and B-complex vitamins to support healthy nerve function as you age. Live your life with less nerve discomfort with Nervive Nerve Relief. Learn more at nervivehealth.com.
It's the perfect combination of food, fun, and football. The Kent Kessinger Show, Tuesday nights at Primetime Grill. And that combination just got even better because now you can enjoy the show while you enjoy a blast from the past. Poncho's Super Cheese or Super Chili and Cheese Burrito. That's right, Poncho's Super Cheese or Super Chili and Cheese Burritos are back, and they're only at Primetime Grill on Tuesdays. Enjoy all of your other menu favorites, the full-service bar, and more at Primetime Grill, 2204 South Princeton Circle Drive. For game time and Poncho's Burritos, it's prime time.
Closings and cancellations on KOFO, sponsored by CarStar. If severe weather wreaks havoc on your vehicle, call CarStar at 242-8916. CarStar, relax, they'll take it from here. These schools are closed on Thursday. 287 West Franklin, 288 Central Heights, 289 Wellsville, 290 Ottawa, and the Ottawa University main campus. In Osage County, 420 Osage City, 421 Linden, 434 Santa Fe Trail, and 456 Meridazine Valley. More information on the KOFO Facebook page, Twitter feed, and KOFO.com.
And back here at the Primetime Grill in South Ottawa, Luke Queen, along with Casey Weeder and Bruce Tate here, talk Ottawa University Braves Soup. Our last little short segment here, and guys, said in the first one, we brought you on because you guys are down there courtside watching a lot of these games, doing all the broadcasts, home broadcasts, and Casey traveling with the team. Talked about the guys. Let's, we've got a very young women's team this year. 3 seniors graduated, a few more returners that are scattered, but we've got a lot of freshmen. And Bruce, you former coach, this freshmen grow as the season goes along. What have you kind of noticed has been the big change with those freshmen from November and December games into these late January, February ball games?
Well, mainly, they don't look like freshmen as much. They're still making young mistakes out there, but in terms of, adjusting to the speed of game is always a big difference between the beginning of the season at the end of the season. And, of course, just being more comfortable with other, freshmen and young players out there, too, as well. So trying to really develop, their role and learn each other's role. You can definitely see that development, over the time this season.
And I think, with a young team that's not used to playing 24 conference games at the high school level, you've started to see teams do play players differently. Specifically, Haley Franklin, teams are not letting her get to her right, allowing her to shoot the three. Last couple games, she's been able to shoot those threes. She's knocked down a few games ago. She just has to be confident in herself. And this conference this year is as deep as I think I've ever seen it. 1 through about 7. Outside of Sterling being the 1 seed, that 2 through 7 there can be anybody. I mean, and that's something where, looking at the 2 potential teams Ottawa will match up with in McPherson and Oklahoma Wesleyan, I think Ottawa can compete with either of those teams. We saw Ottawa lead MAC majority of the game at their place. And then here it was a 5-point game most of the way. And really Saturday, it didn't get away from OU until late in the third quarter. And they didn't shoot the ball well. So, now that they played in that gym, you get a little bit more comfortable. But a lot of talent there, freshman-wise. And then you look at the recruiting class that Coach Scott has coming in, Kirsten Marcos from Gardner, Edgerton, and some other players as well that have already signed on. They're going to have some young players again next year. But when all these players finally graduate, the Brittany Roberts of the world, the Taya Wilsons, finally leave the KCAC, I think they're going to be in pretty good shape going forward.
Absolutely, and I've enjoyed watching them play, especially in this last month. Is like you said, they're not playing as much like freshmen anymore. Still a few mistakes here and there, but you really don't see as many. They don't look as rushed. Talking to Kennedy and Maya, earlier they kind of said that was a big adjustment. Right. Is that shot clock? Brooke Spraggins brought it up when I had her on a few weeks ago. Was you fumble a pass and you got to be quick to pick it up because we got to get right back into it. We don't have that time to completely reset, and it seems to be a big change for them. We've got the we've got Southwestern this weekend, but the KCAC tournament next week. I think the guys pretty much secured they're going to play at home next week. The ladies going to, like you said, get a McPherson or Oklahoma Wesleyan. What are we thinking we could possibly see out of these groups? Do you have any little prediction for us?
Well, I mean, in terms of matchups, they're good matchups for both sides. I'll talk a little bit on the women's side. It's a winnable game, in terms of who they're matched up with being on the road, and anything can happen. The style that they play in terms of their pressing and forcing teams into turnovers, we've seen some nights where they've scored, in the 70s, and those were different from my teams where, I'm keeping teams in the 50s and 60s. So in terms of their ability to get out and make some plays and score some buckets, and you got Payne in the middle, and you got any guard that can step up and getting in any given night. And then Haley Franklin with her ability to get to the basket, they have some explosive players that can make some noise in a one-and-done tournament. So you hope that they, can do that.
On the men's side, a matchup most likely with Sterling, who almost beat Ottawa at their place, only a 4-point win there. It'll be a tough game. And then I think Ottawa still needs one more Tier 1 win to guarantee themselves into the tournament. Some projections have them in now, but I think a win over Kansas Wesleyan probably does that if you do that in the second round, or if you go to Oakwood and
KOFO 1220 and 103.7 FM.